What's going on, UFC fans, MMA fans united? Uh, Hopefully we get a little pride back in our lives soon. Who knows what's going to go on with that. So basically I'm here to do the card for UFC 73 Stacked. I've been asked why I'd wait so long to do my predictions. I'm not looking at anyone else's predictions. Trust me, I don't have the time in my life to do that. You may or may not believe that, but I just enjoy doing the predictions. So I got a few theme videos coming up soon, but we'll stick to the predictions right now. Let's go to this card. Heath Herring versus Big Nog. This is going to be a fun fight. We all want to see Nog in the UFC. Here we go. I just think that this is a tailor-made fight for Big Nog to win. Nogueira is pretty much better in every aspect of his game, at least at this point, than Heath Herring. Herring's, we all know, is a real tough guy. He can pretty much do anything. He likes to push the pace. He likes to fight. He's not a boring fighter. Nog much the same, and I just think that Nog's got too many weapons. Anywhere this fight goes, I give the advantage to Big Nog, and I pretty much see Herring pushing the pace. He wants to put on an interesting fight, especially after his first fight. I know he had another fight which he won. I forget who he fought the second time, but his first fight, I think he fought Jake O'Brien, and that was just, Jake O'Brien pretty much just laid on top of him. So you're going to see Herring out there really wanting to take it to Nog, and Nog obviously wants to come out and impress. With the exception of, we all know, the one hit quit shot, the big shot. I just see Big Nog being too much. Let's be interesting and say he's going to knock him out. I could see this one going to the ground, but I think Big Nog's coming out strong. He really wants to impress, and I think he will. As far as what Herring does after that, it's anybody's guess. I don't know how many fight deal it was. I guess a 4-fight deal, so we'll have one left. What do we got here? Hermes Franca versus Sean Shirk. This is going to be a great fight, and I'm really looking forward to this fight. Shirk's interesting. He doesn't get a lot of respect from many MMA fans. We all know he's a great wrestler, big tough guy, well, little tough guy. Hermes Franca is a really tough guy, good at everything, good wrestler. They're both good wrestlers. Shirk's probably a little better, a little stronger anyway. And I think that's going to be the difference. I think both guys clearly want to take this to the ground. If Hermes Franco really wants to win this fight instead of just putting on a wrestling clinic with each other, he and Shirk, I think that he'd be best suited, obviously, to stand up and avoid going to the ground. I think Shirk's a little too strong for him. But inevitably, I think Shirk's going to get him down. I don't see Shirk stopping Frank at all. I just think that at the end of the day, Shirk's too strong for him. I think he's going to out-muscle him. He's going to have him on the ground. But I do think it'll be exciting. I think there'll be a lot of submission attempts. And, somebody could get choked out. I just think this is going the distance. I think it's going to be 5 rounds of just good ground fighting. If you like wrestling, good ground fighting like I do. I'm a ground guy. I'm not really a stand-up guy. If I want to watch stand-up, I'll watch boxing, with better stand-up. I think that this is going to be a good fight for guys who like ground fighting, and I see Sean Shirk retaining the title, but it's going to be a good fight, so I'm looking forward to it. What do we got next? Rashad Evans versus Tito Ortiz. Very interesting how Dana puts Tito third on the bill. Certainly most people are buying this event for this fight. This is a fight where a lot of people are picking the demise of Tito. I don't see it. Tito's an all-around much better fighter, much more seasoned fighter than Rashad, though Rashad is a very good fighter. Rashad, obviously, we saw with Sean Salmon, he could knock you out, throw a kick or something, although his stand-up's not very good. People accuse Tito's stand-up of not being too good, and I would agree it's not the greatest, but he's much more technically sound, in my opinion, than Rashad is. I think that Tito would be best served to keep it up on the feet for a round or two. Just stand up, try to feel out Rashad and go for the takedown. Rashad's a better wrestler, but Tito's a strong. He's a bull. He's strong, and if he gets him down, that ground and pound is brutal. It's just wicked. I think he will. I think Tito will eventually. I think Tito's strategy will be to stand up for a little while and go for the takedown when the time's right. I don't think he's going to come out of the box screaming for a takedown. I think that's what Rashad should do, because I think Tito's more technically sound on his feet, though he doesn't have the big punch. And I think that Tito will get the takedown. I think Rashad will get a couple takedowns as well, but I think in the end it'll be Tito on top of Rashad, and I think Tito will pound him out for the victory. Knockout, TKO, whatever, doesn't matter. Stoppage, doesn't matter. I think this is too big a stage for Rashad at this point, and I think that Tito's going to win this fight. And I hope he does, because I think that he's got a real shot to win the light heavyweight championship again if he decides to fight Rampage. A lot of you might think I'm crazy, but I'll do a video on that, of why exactly I think that. And I don't think I'm alone in that. Nate Marquardt versus Anderson Silva is the main event. I don't have the fifth fight for some reason. I can't get this internet to work again. Every time I need to do a damn video, I can't get the internet to work. I forget what the fifth fight is. I think it's Kenny Florian's in the fight. I forget who he's fighting. So I'll just do the main event. Nate Marquardt versus Anderson Silva. This is interesting that they didn't give Silva, I figured maybe just go straight back to Rich Franklin. This is clearly something where, Marquardt's a good fighter. He's an all-around fighter. But my question is, if you're going to pick Marquardt in an upset, where is he going to win this fight? Is he going to win this fight on his feet? I highly doubt it. We all saw what Silva can do in the clinch, in the stand-up, just throwing fists, throwing knees, throwing elbows. Well, elbows on the ground. His submission skills are great. I don't see where Nate Marquardt can win this fight. I don't see what aspect of the fight he would be in an upper-handed position. So I think that this is basically, and I'm not calling Nate Marquardt a can by any stretch of the imagination, but I think he was a little bit thrown to the wolves for this fight to build up Anderson Silva one more fight before, especially after a lackluster fight against Travis Lutter, to pit him and Rich again, where I think, of course, if you watch the last fight, Rich wasn't himself, but I think it's clear that it's a bad matchup for Rich, and Anderson will probably hold on to the belt for a while. But again, it's fighting. Who knows? Rich, now that I said that, well, I don't believe in, that kind of superstition, but I'm sure Rich could go out and knock him out with one punch, and then we're all crazy and none of us know anything. So that's my prediction for UFC 73. I will face the music and come back with a post-fight wrap-up edition of UFC 73 by the UFC Critic, and I'm probably wrong about everything, so that's great. Thanks for watching, and peace out.